are live.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to intermediate mat slash all levels. Again, like Linda said, if you have a TheraBand, grab your TheraBand. Just keep it nearby. Or if you don't have that and you have light weights, grab your light weights. I'll give you some options. But we're going to start, like always these days, lying on our backs because it's hard to adjust the camera. So we're just going to lie on our backs to start. All right, I'm going to shift over and we'll get started. Alrighty, here we go. My knees are bent, my feet are parallel in line with my hip bones. We're just going to take this time to get centered. So I'm going to have you place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Feel how nice it feels to have your pelvis melt into the mat. Find that little space under your low back, just that mini little space where you could fit a grape. And then make sure both hips are evenly weighted. From here, we're going to breathe and feel the chest rise, followed by the belly. And then on our exhale, we're going to feel the belly draw in and then the chest lower. So again, inhale into the belly, feeling the chest rise, and then the belly. And then on your exhale, you feel your belly lower, and then your chest lower. One more here. Inhale. And exhale, feel the belly draw towards your spine, feeling your chest lower. Hands now go onto the sides of your rib cage. We inhale into the ribs, just feeling that expansion of the hands. They're going to glide away from each other. And then on the exhale, you'll feel them glide back together. One more like this. Inhale. And then exhale. So still focusing on the rib cage now. Think of front and back ribs expanding away from each other. Chest rises, back ribs melt into mat, then exhale, they release. One more here, front and back. Exhale, and now place your hands down beside you, and we'll just do 2 breaths into that rib cage, feeling it expand in all directions like a balloon. Let your shoulders melt, and then exhale. Let that air go. One more here. Inhale all the way into the ribcage, all the way around. And then exhaling, letting that go. Hands will slide behind the head, shoulders melt down the back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, flatten the belly, slide the ribs to hips to lift your head and chest. Now, Pat, if this bothers your neck, just keep that breath. Just don't even lift the head, just keep breathing. Lower back down. Exhale, lift head and chest, flatten belly. Inhale, lower. So again, the modification is to just stay with your head down and breathe into ribs and belly. Exhale, feel them draw together. 3 more chest lifts. Exhale, slide the ribs, flatten the belly. Lower back down. And 2. Exhale to lift. And lower. And last one here. Exhale, lift, flatten the belly, hold. Gently lower back down. Just placing your hands beside you on the mat. Both hips are evenly weighted. Do not let that little space under your back collapse as you lift your right leg into tabletop, and then exhale, left leg into tabletop. We're doing those good marches to start. So the left leg, you're just hinging at the hip. Don't let the pelvis move. Exhale, draw your belly in to lift the leg. Feel like you're pulling your bladder in and up to lift that leg. But just check to make sure your shoulders have not crept up to your ears. And now let's focus back again to the work between the 2 hip bones. I inhale to lower into the ribs. Exhale, flatten the belly more. 1 more each side. Last one here. Lowering 1 foot down, followed by the other. Then just rock those knees side to side. Coming back to center, evenly weight both hips. From here, right leg is going to lift into tabletop, followed by left leg. Now, if you have the room, you can put your arms out into a T. If not, just keep your hands by your sides, shoulders down the back. This is a small movement. My left rib cage is going to stay glued to the mat. Drop your legs to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale to drop. Keep those bottom ribs attached. Exhale, come back to center. It's a very slow, small movement. We're just waking up the transverse abdominis. Feeling that work between pubic bone and belly button and between the two hip bones. One more here. So now, if that was enough for you, you're going to keep doing that if you want more of a challenge. We're extending our legs. We're waking up our obliques so your ribs can come off of the mat this time. We're holding to the side, but my shoulder, my left shoulder is attached to the mat. And I'm staying here for an inhale. I squeeze my inner thighs together on an exhale. Inhale and hold. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs. One more here. Inhale, hold. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs. Last breath in. Now exhale, come to center. Same thing, other direction. Right shoulder's connected to the mat. Legs drop to the left. Your ribs can lift this time. Hold here. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze those inner thighs, waking up those obliques again. Getting deeper into the waist. Exhale, cinch the waist. Squeeze the inner thighs. We have two more. Breathing in. Exhale, squeeze the inner thighs, cinch the waist. Last one here. Inhale. And exhale. So now we inhale and we move back to center. Exhale to center. Bend the knees. Find the floor. Rock your knees side to side. We have a second set of those obliques. Fun times, right? It's going to be a slight variation though. So left leg comes up into tabletop, followed by the right, or either or, it really does not matter. Keep those knees bent to start. We're dropping our knees to the right, left shoulder's connected, ribs can lift. Extend the legs. We're going to rotate it into external rotation and then back to parallel on your exhale. Externally rotating those legs, open, exhale, closing. So they're still glued together. We're just within the hip socket, rotating the thigh bone. Two more. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, squeeze back to parallel. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, squeeze back to parallel. One more breath here. Exhale, come back to center. Bend the knees to tabletop. Rotating to the left. Right shoulder connected. Extend those legs. So then we inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. I'm trying to feel on every exhale, like from the pubic bone to the belly button, just drawing in and up. One more here. And then one more inhale. Exhale back to center. Hug your knees to chest. Rockety rock side to side. One foot goes down, followed by the other. Let's just warm up the low spine. So hands are beside our hips, shoulders connected to the mat. We're going to exhale. Try not to move the pelvis. Try not to use your glutes to move the pelvis. We exhale, we rock into a tilt of the pelvis by pulling the abdominals in. So my glutes haven't done anything. Then I release, inhale. So just a pelvic tilt, only using those abdominals, drawing in and up. Inhale, release. So we're squishing that little grape under our back only by using our abdominals. We'll do two more. Maybe this is a better view. Yeah. And last one. Okay, from here we're adding on into that bridge. So we're gonna roll up, articulating the spine. Exhale, abdominals, start the motion. Then we use the glutes to squeeze the you're pressing the hips up to the sky. All right, from here, check. Are your big toes connected to the mat? Can you open your hips up a little more while keeping your ribs still from popping and overarching? Reach the knees away from the toes and now roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let's do that again. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, rolling it up. Reach the knees away on the inhale. See if you can open up the fronts of the hips more. Now keep that opening, soften through the chest and one rib at a time. Inhale at the bottom. We roll it back, waking up that spine, finding more articulation in the spine every time. All right, we have one more here. Exhale, rolling it up. Okay, reach those knees over toes. This is the best, juiciest one you can find in your body. One vertebrae at a time. Keep those hips up as you drop one rib right through the mid-back, right through the belly button. Top of the pelvis touches, rolls to the bottom of the pelvis. Excellent. From here, we're taking our right ankle over the left thigh, and we're just doing a nice little stretch. So I'm pulling my left thigh in, reaching the right knee away. Maybe a little deeper in that stretch there. And then I'm releasing. We're going to go to the other side. So flexing the left foot, placing it over the right thigh. Hug the right thigh to your chest. Reach the left knee away from you. So if you're tight in the hips, this is the most glorious stretch. We're going to add on to this in just a moment. Okay. So this is the modified version. All you're going to do is do that stretch with the right ankle over the left thigh. Now, if you want more of a challenge, a little more fun in your life, you're going to draw your shoulders down the back, still hugging the left thigh in. Exhale, slide ribs to hips. And then we're going to roll up, like rolling like a ball. Pause at the top. Get into a deep scoop, roll back, don't touch your head. We're just rolling up and down the spine. Can you pause at the top and not touch your left foot to the ground? Yeah, 3 more on this side. It's like about the most fun way to get a stretch I've ever learned. 2 more, and last one. All the way back down. Gently release, right? So modification, just stay on the ground, don't roll. Left ankle over right thigh, hug that thigh in, shoulders straight down the back, exhale, lift head and chest, we're gonna roll up. So you do need a little momentum for the first one, and then we're gonna try to get rid of that momentum on the next few. Whew. Try to pause and don't touch the right toe to the ground at the top if you can, pause. 2 more here. And last one. Okay, all the way back down to the ground. Gently release, find the floor with the feet, rock those knees side to side. Those glutes should be awake and alive and ready to work for us. So we're gonna bring our big toes together, our feet right together, inner thighs right together, walk our heels together. We're gonna open the knees out to the side. Now the soles of the feet are touching. Shoulders are down the back, hands press in. Butterfly bridging, essentially. Flat back, squeeze the glutes and press the hips straight up to the sky. So there's no rolling up. I'm just keeping my spine flat, squeezing my glutes to press them straight up to the sky, my hips. So I'm coming down, I'm trying to just hover. I'm not fully touching the ground, just coming down, thrusting up. Don't worry, there's no one to look at you. Everyone's stuck in their houses. 3 more here. And 2. Hold this one up at the top. And then I want you to do little butterfly knees. So my knees are opening another millimeter. Why? How? By squeezing my glutes together. So I imagine I have bolts running through the sides of my glutes, and they're just coming together to open those knees up. 8 more. 2, 1, hold here. We're just gonna do little pulses up now with those glutes. Those hips are gonna go up another little millimeter, again, by squeezing the glutes more. I'm pulling my belly in the whole time to support my back. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back down. Walk those feet hip width distance apart. Shoulders away from ears. From here, again, we're going to hinge straight up. So flat back, tuck the tailbone slightly, squeeze the glutes, press the hips straight up. Great. From here, we're finding the right leg in tabletop position, lengthening it up to the sky, sweeping it down, then flexing the foot to come up. Reach out and away, flex it up. Out and away, flex it up. So inhale and exhale, 4 more. lower it down, reset those hips. Whoop. You get a cramp, stretch it out. Press those hips up to the sky, reset your shoulders, core is tight. Left leg comes into tabletop position. Extend up to the sky, reach out of your hips. Flex and come up, reach, and flex. 4 more here. That left hip's gonna wanna drop. Bring it back up again. 2 more. Press the backs of your shoulders into the mat. Bend that knee, lower it down, roll it down. Hug your knees to your chest, just rock side to side. Okay, so we know what that means. It's time for ourselves to stretch our hamstrings out. And the best way to do that is, if you have any spinal things where you can't lift your head, you're gonna bring your right leg towards you, extending the left leg on the mat. Feels great, doesn't it? Let's all do that for just a moment. Now, if you want more of a challenge, bend that left knee again. Shoulders away from ears, curl up to meet your leg. Now extend and hold. So we're getting a little core work while we're getting this glorious hamstring stretch. Switching sides if your head and chest are lifted. So now, if you have to keep your head down, your right leg will be down, you're just holding here. Otherwise, we're gonna switch side to side if your chest is lifted. Pull in twice with the right, pull in twice with the left. Little pull, pull, reach, pull, pull. Each time I'm trying to curl up a little higher, bringing the leg a little closer towards me, reaching the opposite leg in the opposite direction. I'm not gonna lie, I lost count. So we're gonna do 4, 3, 2, last one each side. Good, all lowering down. Bend the knees, find the floor. Rock side to side. So from here, again, I'm going to give you modifications. Right leg comes into tabletop, followed by the left leg. Extend those legs up. Modified version, keep the knees bent. Dropping the knees down for 2, pulling up for 2. If you want the full version, our legs are extending up to the sky. Shoulders down the back, we're lifting our head and chest. We're doing those reaches with the legs. We're scissoring our legs. Okay? Holding the upper body still, nothing moves except for the legs. Again, if we're down with our head and chest, we're just lowering our legs down an inch or 2 and then back up in towards our chest. We don't want to feel any strain in the low back. We're thinking of exhaling, flattening the belly to the spine. 4 more here. 4. Strong legs, strong core. Shoulders away from ears, elbows wide. Last set. Bend those knees, hug the nose towards the knees, lower all the way down. Rockety rock those knees from side to side. All right. So we have one more little core series here. It's everyone's favorite. So your choice to keep your head down, palms are gonna float if you want more of a challenge. So everyone's gonna bring those legs up into tabletop. More of a challenge, we're gonna exhale, lift our head and chest. More of a challenge, extend those legs. Imagine there are springs under your triceps. We pulse the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And flatten the belly. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you, on your next exhale, draw in and up from the pubic bone to the belly button. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, can you draw your belly in more on this exhale? 3 more. Inhale. And exhale, 2, 3. Last one, inhale. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees, lower the head. Rock your knees side to side. Okay, we're gonna do our little roll up here. So if you do have that TheraBand handy and you need the support, you're gonna place your feet into that TheraBand. Your knees are gonna start bent. And on our exhale, we're gonna roll up and extend the legs. Okay? If you want the full version, we'll do the full version together. So we're gonna tuck the tailbone, squeeze those inner thighs. Pull the belly in, zip up pubic bone to belly button. Roll it down. Someone's looking good up there. I can't see who it is, but you look fabulous. All the way down to the ground. Shoulders away from ears. No TheraBand, your arms come back towards your ears. Exhale, nod chin to chest. Scoop the belly, wrap the ribs in, reach the tailbone away. Trying to use no momentum. Rolling it back down. Good. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, roll it up. We have 3 more here now. See if you can get more articulation this time on your way down. Really work on the way down. That's where you can get all the tight spots in your back. So I like to kind of pause wherever I feel a little bit of ickiness in my spine. In that spot where I feel the ickiness, I draw my belly in more. Here. Okay, I think this is my second last one, going back down. Okay, we have one last one and then we're gonna come up and stay up. Exhale to roll up, last one here. Rolling it forward, coming all the way up. Okay, so this is the point in class where you're gonna either grab your hand weights or your TheraBand. We're gonna do a little arm work. So if you have any sort of spinal issues, you're just gonna sit in a comfortable position, maybe with a pillow under your hips or a block under your hips or even in a chair, and you can just mimic the arm motions. If you want more of a challenge, you're bending your knees, feet are flat on the ground. I'm sorry, TheraBand is gonna go around the feet if you have a TheraBand. Okay, so I'm here, palms are gonna face each other, and we're gonna C-curve and roll back. So just hold that TheraBand, friends. No non-TheraBand friends with weights, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna C-curve and roll back, palms face each other, okay? Hold here. So our shoulders are gliding down the back. I'm zipping my belly in. With the TheraBand, all we're doing is, and weights, all we're doing is opening and closing, holding the C-curve. So as I'm opening, I'm gonna have to tuck a little deeper in the core. My shoulders, the goal here is to keep those shoulder blades down your back the entire time. So my shoulders are never creeping up to my ears. Keep going here. For 2. And last one. Take an inhale, exhale, roll it up. Bring the soles of your feet together and just fold forward. Okay, so next up, we're gonna flip the palms to the sky this time. It's the same motion, the same setup. Palms will face the sky. Shoulders are down the back. I'm gonna C-curve back, tuck it back, roll it back. Pause here. Whew, I lost my TheraBand. Pause there. Technical difficulties. We're gonna bend our elbows and then extend. Again, my shoulders are down the back the entire time. Two more here. Slow and controlled. Last one. Take an inhale. We exhale, roll it back up. Soles of the feet come together, fold forward. This time, if you want more of a challenge, you're gonna extend the legs so they're flat. This time, we're bending our elbows out to the side and bringing our hands to the chest. Shoulders are down the back. We're gonna roll it back, C-curve back, hold back, reach through the TheraBand. From here, we open the arms. We close the arms. So it's the same exercise we did before, but we're making it more challenging by lengthening the legs. I'm still keeping those shoulders down the back. Last one here. Okay, so now for more of a challenge, we're extending the arms, we're holding them out. I'm tipping towards the right and then the left. I keep the opposite hip bone down, so my left hip's down, now my right hip bone's down. We're getting our obliques again. Keep going here, TheraBanders. If you're sitting up straight, you're just gonna do a little side crunch. And if that bothers you with your shoulders, just cross your chest. We have 4 more here. 4, 3, 2 more sets. And last one. From here, bend those elbows, shoulders down the back, exhale, roll it up. Soles of the feet come together, we fold forward. That's it for now with our good old handy TheraBand. So just pop that out of the way. And we're gonna come up to hands and knees. So if your hands bother you, you can always go onto your forearms here and just work on the breath. Exhaling, bringing the belly to spine. Otherwise, we're hands and knees, long spine, flat back, shoulders down the back. So low shoulder blades squeeze together, lengthen the spine more, tuck the chin slightly, extend the right leg, and in the wall, extend the right leg, lengthen the left leg. We're scooping elbow to knee, pull the belly in, extending out to a flat back. So my hip's gonna wanna rotate up, keeping that right hip bone staring at the ground. Now, if you're on your forearms here, you're just going to lift that right leg and lower that right leg. Squeeze your glute to lift and lower. We have 3 more full scoopies on this side. That's the technical term. Last one, last C curve. Lower down, reset the spine, shoulders and back, core is tight. Lengthen the left leg, extend the right arm. Squeeze the left glute to lift the leg. We scoop it in, exhale. Inhale, slowly back out. Again, if you're in the modified version, you're gonna extend that, be on your forearms and just lift that left leg and lower it by squeezing the glute. We're almost there. 3 more here. And 2. Last one. Lower hands and knees, press back into a child's pose. Get off your wrists. Great, come on up. We're coming onto our right glute essentially. So I'm gonna, the mermaid position is what I'm gonna go into. Right knee's bent, left knee's bent. Now, from here, we're gonna lift that left leg and bring our hands down in front of us. I just realized I'm backwards to everybody. That's okay, we'll make it work. So we're here. Already I'm getting a little work. I want you to reach that leg back behind you. And I want you to squeeze your glute and we're gonna pulse it back. So we're pulling the belly in, reaching the toe behind us. Hands are just gently on the floor, but I can do it without my hands on the floor. They're just there for balance. It's all the core and the leg. Shoulders away from ears. 4, 3, 2, hold it back. Squeeze that glute to lift the whole leg like it's on a shelf, little lifts. So again, it's like I'm squeezing my glutes together here to lift. Spine is long, core is tight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna bring the leg in front and then behind. Squeeze back here in the glute, core scoops it in, glute squeezes back. We wanna make sure we're not going into our back here. So think of your spine. Every time you go back, it's nice long tailbone. 2 more. Last one. Coming down onto our forearm. Leg is long. Now, this can be done with your head down. Otherwise, we're holding this. Shoulder girdle's getting some work. Core is tight, lifting the leg. I'm just readjusting my hips. You might have to do the same so they're stacked. Pause here. Flex the foot, come forward. Squeeze the glute, go back. Woo! I just taught a bar class right before this, so sorry if I'm sweaty, but this is a burner for me after the last class. Hopefully you're enjoying the sensation. 3 more, squeeze, and 2, squeeze your glute. Last one, squeeze the glute, and then come forward, keep the waist up, I'm collapsing, make sure you're not, there we go. Little tiny circles with that leg, teeny tiny, getting right into the glute med here. Core is tight. We're reversing. Core is tight. Lift your bottom waist, lift your bottom ribs. We're out of that shoulder. Good, lower down, coming all the way down onto your side. You're gonna bend that knee and go into a nice little quad stretch here. Tuck the tailbone under, like you're scooping it forward. Great. From here, lengthen both legs. If you need the support, you're gonna bring your legs forward of the hips slightly. Top hand is on the thigh, shoulders down the back, we lift, and then we lower. Upper body and lower body, whoops, lift. Squeeze those inner thighs. Side lift. I'm reaching out of my hips with my toes. I'm reaching out of my shoulder with my fingers. 2 more. I'm cinching my waist in. Last one. Lift and reach. Hold. Lower all the way down. Get a nice stretch. Good. Coming right up. Bending those knees, coming right up. So we're going to do a little more of a challenge. I'll give the modification after. We're going to go on the forearm. We're going to go into a side plank. So choice to have your knees bent and lift your hips. Option 2, we did this last week, is to have the legs long. Your core is tight, shoulders are stacked. We're going to lift our hips up here and rotate under on an exhale. So if this is too much for you, you're simply going to stay seated and your hands can be crossed. You're rotating at the waist. Exhaling for rotation, inhaling to come to center. Don't worry, I didn't forget about you all, you side plankers. We have 3 more here. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to stack. 2 more. I'm almost lifting my hips slightly when I'm rotating, so I'm not collapsing at any point. Hold, lower all the way down, get a good stretch. Okay. No big deal. We just need to do the whole thing on the other side. So here we go. We're going to sit in that mermaid position first. Okay. Shoulders roll down the back, core is tight. We're going to sink into that left hip, bring the leg up. So my hands are going to go slightly forward. Then I'm going to squeeze the glute and reach that leg back. Little pulses back, pulling the belly in. I'm light on the hands. Really, I don't even need them. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the whole leg like it's on a shelf. We're squeezing that side glute to do that. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring the leg forward, pull the belly in, and then go back. And then reach it forward, and then go back. And then reach it forward. So as I'm going back, I'm thinking of lengthening the tailbone away from the crown of the head. Three more. 2. And last one. Okay, from here we're coming onto the forearm. I'm readjusting my hips slightly. Shoulders stacked, core tight, top leg, little lifts. Pulling the waist in. Okay, from here, we're taking that foot dorsiflexing forward, pointing the toes, squeeze the glute at the back. We come forward, reach out of the hip, squeeze and go back. I'm keeping my waist long as I go forward. Getting close. 3 more here. And 2. Last one, here we go. Okay, but now we're gonna bring that leg forward, little teeny tiny circles. So I just found myself sinking into my shoulders, so I'm pulling myself out, and sometimes I lengthen my arm up to help me imagine like I'm pulling up a rope, reverse the leg, and then I can let my arm go down again. It's my little trick. Core is tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Lower down. Okay, we're gonna tuck the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone as you bring your leg back for a little quad stretch. Breathing into it. Gently release. Great, we're gonna do that little side banana here. So legs are long, shoulders down the back, top hand is on your thigh. Legs can go forward at the hips. Here we go. Lift it up and reach. Squeeze those inner thighs. Come on back down. So I'm barely using that bottom arm. It's just there for balance. I'm not pressing into it. I'm lifting out of it. We have 4 more here. 4. And 3. Even as I lower my legs, I'm reaching my legs out of my hips as I come down. Last one, that's how you can make it more enjoyable, more challenging. Okay, here we are. We're coming back up onto our forearm, right? So we're doing that plank. So remember your modification. Shoulders are stacked, core is tight. Knees can either be bent, legs can be long. We're pressing up here. And we exhale to rotate under. Inhale to come up. Rotate under, exhale. Inhale to come up. And again, a reminder for your modification. Seated, we exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Keep going, plankers. 3, 2. Remember that trick at the top. Feel like your hands being pulled up to the sky. Last one, exhale. Reach. Lower all the way down. Get a good stretch. Toes away from fingers. All right, coming on to our stomachs. Okay, so our hands are under our shoulders to start. Legs are hip width distance. Hip bones are pressing evenly and pubic bone is pressing evenly. We're gonna lengthen through the crown of the head, shoulders squeeze along the base of the shoulder blade, the bra line, squeezing together, lifting up just to the bottom of the ribs, and then lowering back down. Exhaling to lift. Feeling that opening in the chest. Right through the mid and upper back is what we're focusing on right now. We have 2 more. Lowering it back down. Last one, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, those shoulder blades draw together, lengthen through the crown of the head. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Lowering all the way back down. Hands stack under the forehead. Externally rotate today. So toes point out, heels are in. We're going to lift just the right leg to start 4 times. We exhale to lift. Now, the reason we're doing this is just to let our bodies memorize both hip bones and pubic bone are pressing in evenly. Even as you lift, there's no shift in the pelvis. Lower down, left side. 4 lifts on the left. Keep the right hip bone connected. Don't drop all your weight into the left hip. Now we're gonna lift both legs together. Reach up and out. Squeeze those glutes. Lower back down. Both hip bones and pubic bone press in evenly. So this is all the back line of your body right now. The glutes, the hamstrings. The core is pulling in. 3 more here. And 2. And last one. Pull Reach away, lift, reach. Lower all the way back down. So now we're gonna go back to that parallel. We're not externally rotated anymore. We're parallel, knees face the ground. Hands are under the shoulders. Shoulders slide down the back. We're gonna lift up on an inhale. I'm drawing my belly in, but I'm inhaling into the ribs. I lower back down. Once I'm lowering down, I'm gonna lift my legs. Now I'm gonna lower the legs, lift the body, and then lower the chest and lift the legs. Little rocking sensation. So now if you want more fun in your life, we're gonna do this as a rocking swan. Reach the legs to the sky, reach the arms. 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down, pressing back into child's pose. Hips back to heels. All right. Okay, we're flipping around. Flips the daisies. I'm gonna get you set up first and then I'll show the modification. Your inner thighs are coming together. Legs are long. Fingertips are pointing towards the toes. I'm gonna roll my shoulders down the back. I'm doing a reverse plank. So squeezing those inner thighs together. Squeeze those glutes. Press your hips to the sky, ribs come in. Then just to a hover with those hips. Again, exhale to lift and squeeze. And then lower down. So reverse plankers, keep this up. Your chin is slightly tucked, so your spine is always long. Now, for a modification, we are going to, if this is okay for your body, just keep your feet on the ground, bend your elbows, come back up, keeping the core tight. Now, if this still bothers you, we're just gonna go on our backs and do 1 foot up, 1 foot down, a little marching here. Okay, so I've given you lots of modifications. Reverse plankers, we have 3 more. Squeeze those glutes, press the hips up. And 2, dig your heels into help squeeze the glutes, shoulders away from ears. Last one, final, grand finale. Core is tight, shoulders are down your back. Long line from the crown of the head to the tailbone, all the way down. Soles of the feet come together. We fold forward. So now we're just gonna finish up with my favorite part of class. A little stretchy stretch. Back to the way we started today. Right ankle over left thigh. We made it, you guys. Rock side to side here. And I should say the modified version, if that's even too much, is just to keep that one leg on the ground and gently place your hand on your right knee. So now we're gonna go into a pretzel. That same right knee is gonna cross the left knee like a pretzel. And then I'm hugging my knees to my chest. My hands can come down to my ankles. Get nice and deep into the hips that we worked a lot today. And again, if this is too much, just hold this lovely stretch, figure 4 stretch. Releasing, we're gonna go to the other side. To start, left ankle over right thigh. Hug right thigh to chest. Reach right knee away. Staying with every exhale, maybe you can get a little more release in that hip. All right, so now you're gonna take that left knee over the right knee like a pretzel. Hug those knees to you. If you want more, go down to your ankles. That's my favorite. And you can rock side to side. Again, modification, just do that lovely figure 4 stretch. Okay, gently release this, feet flat on the ground. I know we're just gonna go over about 2 minutes because I wanna do a little bit of a shoulder release here. So you're gonna bring your head, if you have a pillow, grab a pillow. If not, you can just lie down on your side with your bottom elbow bent beneath you. This top hand, you're gonna go fingers on the temple. We're just gonna rotate forward on an exhale. And then on our inhale, we're gonna open up our chest to the sky. So that area that we just worked when we were doing our reverse plank is getting some love. I'm trying to keep my hips stacked as I rotate back. 2 more here. Lovely thoracic rotation, which is so important. And last one. Now, if you want a little bit more, you're gonna lengthen that top arm out. And it's like you're opening a giant newspaper and we just rotate back. And we'll do about 4 of these. Two more. Seeing if every time you can find more of a spiral in that spine. Lovely. Gently release. We're going to go to the other side just to finish off. So stacking those hips again. Fingertips on temples, shoulders down the back, rotating back. And then closing it forward. Inhale to open the ribs, and then exhale to close the ribs. Two more. Seeing if you can expand the ribs as much as you can this time as you inhale back. Okay, and then extending the arm, just 4 here. Open up on the inhale. Exhale, feeling the ribs close. And last 2. And last 1. Okay. There we go. Coming up to seated. And we'll just do 1 deep breath together. So feeling the crown of your head being gently lifted up by a string to heaven, to the sky. Feel your tailbone trickle down to the earth. That lovely lengthened spine. Just inhale, roll your shoulders up to your ears. And 1 more breath here into the belly. And exhale. We are finished. Thank you. I think that's right.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
Thanks, Danielle.
Thanks, Danielle.
Danielle.
Thank you.
Keep well, everyone.